What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell, put it on all so you get notified first whenever we drop new content on the channel. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, February 5th, which is approximately just over 2 weeks time from today, we're going to have Keith one-time Thurman versus Mario Barrios. This is going to take place February 5th, as I said. This is going to be on a Fox, PBC Fox pay-per-view. In America, it's going to cost them like $74.99, so nearly $75. Not shy of, not much far off of like $100. This is a bit of a, I wouldn't say a shocker, but I certainly didn't see this one coming. Didn't see Barrios Thurman as a fight that I was expecting, wanting, or really asking for in any way, shape, or form. Mainly because Mario Barrios, I first saw him, at least. The last recollection I have of him is him being laid out in, I think it was the 10th round against Gervonta Tank Davis, and that was at 140 pounds in a super lightweight or light welterweight contest where Gervonta Davis Tank moves up from 135 to 140, wins like a WBO, I think it was, trinket off of Mario Barrios, who I think Barrios had been at a lighter weight before and sort of moved up to 140. Tank lays him out, and that's sort of the first and last I've heard of him. He put up a half decent effort against Gervonta Davis. He tried his best. He did, he is a decent fighter, decent enough, but it's I don't know. It's a I would say kind of a weird opponent for Keith Thurman, because obviously Thurman's a career welterweight, so to have him fighting a guy that's basically like let's just say kind of a blown up lightweight or blown up light welter sort of thing for his comeback fight is it's a bit odd. It's not gonna really anybody who knows a bit about boxing or has seen this guy's last fight, it's not really it's not really the fight you want for your comeback. I mean, unless your whole idea is that you want the safest possible opponent, then in that respect it makes sense. If you just want someone that's safe, someone that's not going to be able to hurt you, someone that doesn't really pose much of a threat, or if theoretically at least doesn't pose much of a threat, then in that regard it makes sense. As far as the pay-per-view thing, I think that's for me that's a rip-off with these guys as a main event. I think that's definitely a bit of a rip-off, because you're getting two guys who are nowhere near, they're not nowhere near the top of the welterweight division. They're not, and one of them is coming off of a loss in a lower weight division. So how on earth that's worthy of $75 that they're going to pay in America? To me, I don't see any way in which that's worth it. I mean, I hear that the undercard might be quite good. I'm not too sure, but I hear the undercard might be good. But I think that as a main event is not worth it at all. Not worth it in the slightest. So I think that's a rip-off. But from what I understand, the idea is that you need to, even if a fight doesn't deserve to be on pay-per-view, it's like the promoter or the manager, they need to put it on pay-per-view because these guys are asking for big money. So Keith Thurman in this case is asking for a lot of money, and it might be more than he's actually worth. So because of that, that's why they've got to put it on pay-per-view and overcharge people in order to make their money back or in order to be able to pay the guys. But I think at the end of the day, they should just sit down and put this. I think if this was on some sort of, I suppose, what we'd call here in the UK like a terrestrial TV or regular Fox, as they might call it in America or whatever. That would make a lot more sense. But I think the pay-per-view is a bit of an insult, and I think this will be a fight where, you know, people might not be interested, and I think people that are interested will probably just pirate it or just find some way to get a dodgy stream or whatever, and then that's probably how they're going to view it, because in all honesty, it's not worth it. But I mean, at the same time, I think for Keith Thurman, he's been inactive for 2 years. Last activity was a sort of what I would say is kind of a subpar performance against Manny Pacquiao, soundly outboxed against Manny Pacquiao. And, you know, prior to that, it was another subpar performance against Josecito Lopez, which was another poor performance by Keith Thurman. So Thurman hasn't really been looking that good. So I would say there's a slight bit of intrigue into this fight, because simply because of the slippage with Keith Thurman, because obviously he hasn't been looking as good as he did several years ago. He's been looking, you know, like I suppose with the injuries, it's been looking a little bit sort of shop worn and whatnot, you know. So there is a question mark over him as to sort of how much he's got left. So I suppose in that sense, there's a bit of intrigue here, because if Keith Thurman hasn't got much left, if Keith Thurman is really slipping and whatnot, then Mario Barrios could cause a crazy upset. You never know. At the end of the day, strange things do happen in boxing. So he could. I suppose that would be the only sort of surprise outcome out of this. But other than that, I think Keith Thurman soundly beats Mario Barrios. I think you know, if he's got anything left, he should be stopping Mario Barrios. He should be stopping him by sort of the mid-rounds. He should get to him and stop him by mid-rounds. Definitely before Gervonta Davis did in the 10th round. So for me, I think if he's got something left, if there is anything left of Thurman and he's getting sort of back towards the old Thurman, power punching and that one time, then he should be stopping Barrios by about the mid-round, sort of 6, 7. You know, other than that, I would say if he's got a little less left of himself, then I see him probably winning this on points, winning this unanimously on points. I think it all depends what he's got left, you know, where he is, and if his body holds up, if he's injury free and all that. A lot of it depends on that sort of stuff. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Bit of a rip-off with the pay-per-view, but let me know what you think about this one. And until next time, it's MKO Pugilism over and out. Catch you on the next one.